Jambo Africa!
Our guys here in full regalia.
Salam alaikum. Morocco today.
Chineke.
Are you speaking Arabic now?
No, I'm in Morocco. I'm going with Morocco because they're making me proud. From the under 20, from the senior national team, in everything they're making me proud.
No, in the through. But we're not doing that for Nigeria, eh?
You have to do that for Nigeria.
Do the business for us.
No, you have to do that for Nigeria.
Big
you know why?
Benin.
You know why?
Yes.
Because now you have given us big opportunity.
Aha.
We sniff something. Now we are coming with full force now. It's going to be the last two games. It's going to be dog eat dog.
And don't play the chance squad there.
No. We're playing proper squad. Osima is coming. Now it's two ways. It's either we go automatically or we go through the
automatic qualification for the World Cup.
For the World Cup. Or we go through the other door. So we just have to win our games.
Okay.
That's simple.
That's simple.
Okay.
We'll see about that.
I'm surprised you still have ambitions.
No, we have ambition because
Benin and South Africa are ahead of you.
Yeah, they're ahead of us now with the points. But anything can still happen. Depends on the two games.
We have got 11. Benin and South Africa have got 14.
Yeah.
2 games to go.
They might lose, they might draw, and Nigeria win their 2 games, and we are there.
Yeah. Well, Zizo, as you can see, we are here at the Calabash once again, but there's serious construction happening in the background. It's International Week.
Yeah. We are trying to make money.
I was listening to this technical team member. Yes, the pitch. No. This is a multi-purpose
after the concert
facility.
They will need to touch off again.
Yeah. So as we know, there's gonna be Travis Scott here. The American rapper. So yo, my man.
Do you have tickets?
No. I'm off to Devon, eh?
Okay.
I'm off to Devon, eh?
Okay.
Off to Devon, eh? That's the most important one.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but so please bear with us because we have to keep the lights on, eh? So
this is not a controlled environment. There's a lot of noise behind the scenes.
Exactly.
The show will have to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But today is the World Cup qualifiers. As you can see, Oga in full regalia is the World Cup qualifiers. We start with Group C, but matches are starting as early as tomorrow.
Yes.
It's serious business now.
Yeah. Tomorrow being a Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Already we have Morocco qualified.
Sure.
This week, and by next Tuesday, we would have confirmed the 8 other teams representing Africa in the US, Mexico, and Canada next year.
Yeah.
We will confirm the 4 teams that are going to the continental playoffs. Also, we have our teams are doing well. The Flying Eagles, I saw them. Very unfortunate not to have beaten Colombia there. Morocco through to the semi-final, in fact to the second round. Amajita through to the second round, and so is the Flying Eagles of Nigeria as well.
Egypt.
I hope we meet them in the semi-final there under 21.
No, we want the African teams to go far.
They didn't want to finish the top of the group because they knew what was coming.
No, but on a serious note, I think this Amajita team, well prepared.
I just want to finish here, Oga. In terms of our lineup, more money for CAF. We'll touch on that as well. Very interesting to see CAF for the first time declaring profit. That was very interesting. And also, there's some updates. Roland is doing well.
Very well.
In Algeria. Luch.
It's a pity the Bafana coach is not looking in that direction.
The Bafana coach has got his core and close to the tournament now. I just think he's trying to,
Actually, as a coach, I wanted to touch on that because sometimes people misunderstand and think that national team is just about form only. So, but I want us to touch on that. But Lodge also has got experience. Egypt knows him. Egypt knows him. But let's go straight to the business. The big one. We've spoken enough in the past 2 weeks about the lost 3 points. That matter.
No, that matter is
rested now.
Yeah.
Who is coming out of this group, Zizo? Since our guy has been away,
Start with
before we go to the discussion, who is winning this group?
Super Eagles of Nigeria. Simple fact is South Africa lost the opportunity to be in control of this group. Now they are no longer in control of this group. In the sense that they lost that 3 points on the boardroom, which it's not. It's their fault, Now we're going to play a fair game in terms of on the playing pitch. So Nigeria now they're going to use their experience. Now it's going to be who win the game, who crack under pressure, and with the Zimbabwean team, we are hoping that they can bring their A game.
What are you giving them? Why are you so sure?
No, because they have good teams. You can see their captain scoring great goals in the EPL in England.
But they have to play for.
No, they have pride to play for. You have the pride. You have to.
So you're hoping.
I'm not hoping. I know they can do it. I'm not hoping. I know they can. They have to win something. Yeah. They cannot finish last. So we know they can go win games. And this is the game.
South Africa is playing 2 matches at home.
Yeah, but at the same time, they are playing a strong team.
Let me give you a stat.
Yeah.
Hugo Broos has never lost a game in South Africa.
Yeah, they have drawn a game in South Africa.
But they've never lost.
Yeah, we don't need them to lose. We just need them to draw.
Yeah.
If they can draw one of those games, I think it's over for them. So they have to win. They're under pressure to win the 2 games. So at the end of the day, don't take away Lesotho today because Lesotho is a strong team.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can undermine them on your own, your own discretion. But I think at the end of the day, I think they are the good team too. But Zimbabwe really stand a big chance. They don't need to win. They don't need to win against South Africa. Just get the points. It's fine. And Nigeria do their business against Lesotho.
So,
and
let's move to real business. Here it's a wish, and the stats are against him.
Because I think the tricky thing for Nigeria and South Africa,
yes,
is that our fate is not entirely in our own hands.
Yeah,
that worries me a little bit. I was with you at the restaurant on our way back from Bloemfontein.
Yes,
we were talking about how we can smell it.
Yes,
and now it's a different story.
It's
a different story. I know, the 3 points story also is there as contributed to these problems that we're facing, but I still have got confidence.
Correct.
With the spirit that is there in the team is not changed. I think from the last 2 matches against Nigeria and Lesotho, the guy who's not there, the key player who's not there is only Siamonga Ngezane. The rest of the team is there, or maybe to a less extent Rele, even though Rele didn't play. But you know that Rele, when he comes on, when he's in the right frame of mind, anything is possible. I'm not too concerned. I still think we'll qualify, but we've made a big mess of it. It should have been an easier way into the USA, Mexico, and Canada. Now we have to sweat for it, because the reality is that we can still win the 2 matches and not get automatic qualification.
And not automatic qualifier.
That worries me a lot.
But, Oga, I've been looking at Benin.
Yeah.
Benin, they've not won a single game away in this qualification campaign.
But they have been doing their business at home.
But now they're playing 2 matches away.
Yeah.
They're going to Rwanda, they're going to Nigeria. And they must score goals.
Yeah.
And Zozo is talking about the situation of it not being in our hands.
Yeah.
I can say the same about Benin.
Yeah, true.
To say they know that even if they win, they must score enough. Because they don't know. And if you look at the teams in the group, it's South Africa who've been scoring more goals.
More goals. It's unfortunate situations, for them, South Africa, to lose that 3 points. It's just unfortunate situation. But as it stands now, they have to do the business on the pitch. And with South Africa, with the team they have, I think, for me, I feel for them not to go to this World Cup is going to be, big disappointments. You have the crop of players, this group of players, young players, they have done the business. They won on the pitch. And I think they deserve to go to the World Cup, and winning their 2 games will give them advantage. But how they win it is more importantly, the goals they score. Because right now, as you say, Benin Republic don't score a lot of goals when they go away, they don't win games. South Africa can score, and can keep clean sheet too, because they have one of the best goalkeepers in the continent, So which Rowan Williams, So but at the end of the day, they have to do the business now. And now when this under pressure, I think this way, you need your big boys to step up, in terms of when the situations like this, because any mistakes can make you not to go to the World Cup. World Cup is the biggest stage, and every player wants to go to the World Cup. The same thing is to be said with Nigeria too. For them to leave it to this situation. I just think the game against South Africa, they could have, if they get a win there, now it's going to be a different, scenario for them too, because it's going to be in their hands for them just to win their games. It's going to be very difficult. They are going to play against Benin Republic. They are going to play against Lesotho. It's not an easy game, until you play the game and win the game. That's when you say it's an easy game. But South Africa have the advantage playing at home, because even they are playing away against Zimbabwe, but they are playing at home. They have to make sure they win and win with goals. But at the same time, hoping Benin Republic don't win their games there with goals too.
Yeah, well, Benin, I know that things can happen in football, but Benin doesn't have a good record on the road. Yeah. And also, I think I speak for everyone, it's difficult to win in Rwanda.
It's very difficult. Even South Africa tested, it's Rwanda, if they come with their A game, I think no team can beat them there. Even Nigeria, they got a draw there, which was very difficult, So I just feel like if Rwanda play, because in these qualifiers, you don't need to feel sorry for anyone. Because you all started the games together at the same. So you have to win your game for the pride of the country, for the pride of the player. Just everything should be fair. And I just hope the best atmosphere, the best ref, and the best officials must be there.
Let me tell you. Here's my prediction. After Friday, when we go to the last games on Tuesday, the situation in the group would have changed.
Nigeria to be on top.
Bafana Bafana will be on top.
Oh, okay. So I'm
don't ask me how. Whether I beat by points or goal difference, but Bafana Bafana will be on top.
I'm feeling by Friday, with goal difference, Nigeria will be on top, waiting for the last game. Maybe South Africa second, Benin third. So going to the last game, we see what happened there.
He's confident.
The coach spoke about, let's listen to the coach, because he proudly talks about the return of his soldiers.
If you talk about players who are back, then I think you think at Colisso, you think at Sitole. I think. Those players are always been very important for the team. And it was a pity that we couldn't select Sitole for a year because of his injury. And it was also pity that we couldn't select Colisso in September already because there was a problem with his club. So those players are back, and I think it's also very important for the team. So every game is different. So we can't say yes, but you see, last year when we played against Zimbabwe 3-1, we played good and blah, blah, blah. Friday it's a totally different game again. And I think we will play against a very motivated team. Who will try to take us some points. But at the other side, I think we will have a strong team also on the pitch next Friday. And let's see what happens. But I'm very happy with the guys who are back.
I saw Yaya even arriving in camp this morning. Kuliso is back. CBC is back. And we can see Lyle is picking up. Mahopa is back now as well. How important is this? Because the coach, you can hear him. He's excited that the core of his team is coming back.
With the exception of Lyle, Cote d'Ivoire, AFCON.
Yes.
These are the boys who were there, high stakes, big games, and they delivered for the country. They gave us a bronze medal. They are back now, they are in the reckoning, and I foresee a situation where Yaya will probably walk back into the side with Debza, strong central defensive midfield, no problems there. Kuliso Mdau walk back, right back. That situation is sorted out. We were not exposed against Lesotho and Nigeria, but we felt there was something missing there. And he comes in there, no problems. Depending on how he wants to work around that attacking force, if Mahopa is on the bench or he starts also, what Mahopa can do given the experience or the track record of how he did in AFCON. So the big boys are back and we mean business. I tend to lean more towards what Karisto is saying, that
at the end of Friday
when I put my head on the pillow on Friday night, Bafana will be on top of that.
Okay. It's going to be an interesting one. As a coach, you always want your core of your team because when you have that core of your team, it's very important. You feel confident. You miss one or two players, but you still have that confidence. You're going to this game against Zimbabwe. But for me, I think Obas and Mokwena, they did very well. They did very well in the last game. Modao is no brainer. Right back situation. He's top class. He had value to the team. In terms of attacking wise, defensive wise, and you're gonna need that against Zimbabwe. So I feel, the coach will be confident going to this game. But at the same time, you need to do your business on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely.
We lost someone who started the season very well in terms of goals. Ikram Reyners will suffer press release due to medical reasons. Mahopa, how is it a big loss or does Mahopa close that gap?
No, it's a big loss because they are different players, and because you have in Fosler you have the same Makopa that can do.
How?
How? Because you have a big player that can hold the ball, play with the back, against the defense, so he can hold the play for the midfielders to come and the wingers. South Africa, in the good thing about them, they play with the wingers. Very, very good wingers. Talking about Nkota, talking about Rele, but he's not there. But Nkota will give you something, And you have Poluso there that is very, very good. He has done very well for Orlando Pirates, and now he's always doing well when you go to the national team. But Rena is one different player because he is a box player. He's a player that can play on the shoulder of the center backs, and it's always that sneaky striker that when you least expected, he come with a big goals, So I think he has done very well in the national team, but it's going to be a big loss. But Makopa too, for the last 3 games he's played for Orlando Pirates, he has done very well. He has been scoring goals. I think it's a big advantage too. When you need him, first we always start. But when you need him to come in to hold the play, to bring on that dimension, he can do that. So I just feel like South Africa is well equipped going to this game because Zimbabwean boys, don't forget the defenders of Zimbabweans are very tall, and you need someone to make them busy in that center defense there. So I just feel like, a South African team, without Renas, I think they're still balanced,
So I think it's also for me not just the strikers but the attack that South Africa has got that is very important coming to this game. So Zizo, I guess it's a situation of also seeing more people turning out at Moses Mabhida Stadium and also in Bombela as well.
The 12 men, very important. You saw earlier in the year, PE was rocking. Bloemfontein was rocking. It's always important. Peter Mukaba was good. It's always important when the national team is playing that the people must come. I know the Zimbabwe match is their match, but it's here in South Africa, so you will have a number of Zimbabweans inside that stadium. But South Africans need to come. Captain Ronan always speaks about that. The fans and the supporters and the people in the area where the team is playing need to always come up in number to support the boys because they need that. Sometimes when the team is down and it's under pressure, the fans can lift them up because Coach Ulane always used to say the fans must never suffer with the team. When you are under pressure, you go a goal down. That's when the volume must go up to say, guys, let's go. So I'm expecting a lot of people in Durban. Durban hardly disappoints when it comes to fans who come to the stadium. So we'll be there. Hopefully it's a good day in the office. I'm looking at more than 3 goals to deal with that goal
Zimbabwe is very strong. I saw Ruby doing some heroes in the league. I just hope and pray that he can repeat that in Devon.
Caristo, we have quite a goal different story.
Remember, if the situation goes to, we'll just check the permutations again. But
it's goal difference.
No. Goal difference first.
Yeah, first.
But at some stage it could go to head to head.
But we're not gonna
If
get
the
there.
goal difference.
We're not gonna get that side.
No, not with you, man.
Yeah, even with Benin.
With you, remember, with you,
No, we are giving everybody 6 now. Everybody must take 6 now. The next 2 games.
But I don't want us to get carried away
Yeah.
as South Africa and Nigeria.
Yeah.
There's a team on top.
Yeah.
And this team is coached by someone who's taken,
Knowledgeable.
Nigeria. Yeah.
a team to the World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
A Jenna draw.
Yeah.
And he's always been one to upset, the apple cart. So let's look at this. What are the chances of Benin snatching it?
I mean, for now, as it stands now, it's in their hands. They just need to do the business. But goal difference, as we always say, goal difference will be the sticking point. They have to score goals. But first of all, you have to win your game. 3 points is more important than goal difference. Win your game, and after the game, now you can see the table, what's happening. But you have to win your game. And winning a game now, as it stands now in that group now, is very difficult for everyone in that group. I mean, we're talking about Nigeria, Benin Republic, and South Africa. Mm-hmm. Don't forget about the rest. The likes of Zimbabwe try to upset. Try to show that they are big. They are big in that group too. So yeah, you have to score goals and hope you keep a clean sheet, which is very important.
Yeah. So not taking nothing away from Benin, I think there are a lot of questions than answers that they will have to answer.
Yeah.
If they are to qualify. Firstly, the away record and also scoring goals.
Yeah, they've not done well, especially playing away from home. It's something which I think they will try and have to sort out because, as you say, now they're playing away now. So it's going to be a very, very difficult thing for them. And I mean, against Rwanda, it's not going to be easy. Rwanda also...
because Rwanda
against Nigeria.
and Nigeria are not Lesotho.
No.
You won't score 4 goals against those 2 teams.
No, you can't even win against Nigeria. I mean, they must just try to get their result against Rwanda.
And I mean, realistically, if a Rwandan will say the same thing that what the coach is saying now, because they can still qualify. They are not going to allow Benin to come there in their own home ground and beat them.
So at least we're playing Benin. In fact, we're playing Rwanda in the last game.
Yeah. By that time, Rwanda will probably be
by that time where it could be clearer in terms of, they will probably be eliminated by then, which can change the dynamics a little bit in our favor. Exactly. Having said that, now we move because he's not going to admit that South Africa is going to qualify.
No, he's not going to do that.
we start with Group A.
Yeah.
Here we go to the last group matches with Egypt leading by 5 points, and I think it's safe to say it is in their hands.
Yeah, no. I don't think anything will happen there. Burkina Faso will probably go to the playoffs, but the Pharaohs of Egypt will definitely be at the World Cup. There's no two ways about that. I think they've had a solid campaign. They didn't lose a match at all. So they've won 6 from 2, which really is a good return. And I think it's one of the teams that they've got experience from Africa going to the World Cup. And they will really want to tie and become one of the few teams, South African teams, that have gone out of the group. So it's very important that they must do that. And they've got the players.
No, I mean, Egypt's always top, and you always want them to be at the World Cup. I mean, they have top players, that can, give them...
They didn't have the best World Cup the last time they went. I think they didn't qualify for Qatar, eh? And then they were in Russia. But in Russia, they didn't have the best.
They didn't have the best. But I mean, you always, with Mo Salah in terms of their men, you always hope, they can have a good tournament. World Cup, you have the likes of, Egypt going to the World Cup. You have hope that an African team can still one day win the World Cup.
But guess who's their next game? Djibouti.
No, I mean, with Egypt, we are already saying that they are already qualified. I mean, they are ahead of everyone.
So we agree there. So we can move. Burkina Faso, they play Sierra Leone, but Burkina Faso, one of the teams. We'll discuss the possibility of the second best placed teams when we get there. We move to Group B now. This is serious business.
Yeah.
But I think here the last game, that was played in Kinshasa.
Yeah.
And here, DRC was leading 2-0 at some stage against Senegal in that game. And I said, but these guys, how do they they give away a 2-goal lead and lose at home to a rival.
I mean, 2 goals lead is the most dangerous lead you always have. But when playing at home, World Cup qualifiers, you cannot give away 2 goals lead.
Yeah.
To score goals is very difficult. And most especially you are playing at home, you do everything to keep that result. And now they allow Senegal to be on top of them. And I don't see how Senegal is going to throw this away. Because I just feel like Senegal is too strong, the quality they have, more the players in Europe, and you cannot throw away when you are an advantage like this. You have 18 points and you just have to win 1 game more, and you're one foot on the World Cup.
And Senegal is going to South Sudan.
Yeah.
Because they're leading by 2 points and
Yeah, no, I agree with the coach. I think I'd love to see the Lions of Teranga in the World Cup.
Not DRC.
No, not DRC. I also like the color and the excitement that Senegal brings to the World Cup.
Yes.
Obviously, it's not quite the Senegal of old, but even in this team, they've got a lot of players playing in leagues around Europe. If the systems are in place, there's no drama behind the scenes. The coach galvanizes the team. They can be useful because they've got quality. So I think they'll have enough to get out of the group and become one of the teams that are going to the World Cup. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them there.
And also looking at DRC, maybe they could also have maybe a chance in the playoff spot as well. So so we agree there. We say Senegal in Group B.
DRC can go to the playoffs with Nigeria in them.
But I like, as journalists, we like fairy tales. We like new stories. Becoming the first team to qualify their nation to the World Cup. And when we were talking about this Cape Verde team, this is what we are talking about. We've seen Cape Verde. I mean, Cape Verde played here at this venue, 2013, in the AFCON. And I think they held us to a draw there. And there have been some good stories, obviously, besides what other South Africans are enjoying when they watch Cape Verde. The eye candy, you know what I mean? Yeah. But football-wise, we saw, even though we beat them on penalties, but it took the heroics of Ronwen. I mean, so there was this last-minute chance that they had, and Ronwen had to come out and save it. One-on-one save. 4 points clear with a game to go. It doesn't get better than this. I know that they are going to Libya, and Libya also maybe still has ambitions of qualifying for second best as well. And then they finished at home against Eswatini.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just think Cape Verde, they put themselves in a big advantage. Having 19 points in this group is not by chance. They did their job. I think Cameroon just let it slip, on their last game, So for me, Cape Verde, they really deserve to be where they are now, But I just think Cameroon is going to put a fight. Cameroon is definitely going to put a fight. But I think Cape Verde for this group, I'm giving them in Group D. I'm giving Cape Verde the qualification.
So I think when you look at Cape Verde, because they can still afford to go to Libya and lose, and keep a point, and be a point ahead, and still go back home and beat Eswatini.
You're not really sure. Sometimes, with this World Cup qualification, you have to do your business. When you have the opportunity to win games, win the game.
Yes.
Because you never know.
I'm just saying, having a cushion of 4 points. 4 points. You can still afford, because Libya is a strong team.
Very strong.
And away, anything can happen. But in this case, because they've got 4 points, they are finishing against Eswatini at home.
But also, I think to eliminate any complications.
Okay.
Try and get a result in Libya.
Yes.
Or even a draw.
Even a draw,
Just to... Because you don't know, you can go to Eswatini and then things happen there. And maybe it's raining on the day, the pitch is not
and
good.
They come with maybe 10
or they have their own engineer there with the X. But I think also as Africans, we need to be proud of Cape Verde.
100%.
A small island nation.
Yes.
Who have scouted players in that country, taken them to Europe. Most of those players don't play in that country.
Yeah, I know.
They ship them out to Portugal.
Yeah.
All those
Yes,
other
some are
leagues
playing in the MLS, in the
Some are playing in
US.
the MLS, and they've done
Yes.
very well. The same as we also need to be proud of what I know we'll get
Yes.
to them. Cape Verde and Madagascar
Yeah.
are the
100%.
two countries that have done so well,
Yeah.
and they need to be celebrated.
And also, this is where credit must also go to their football associations as well.
Yes.
Because
The FA.
with meager resources, these guys manage to achieve all those
I mean,
things.
just look at Cameroon and Cape Verde.
Yeah.
I mean, so surely if Cape Verde goes to the World Cup, that legend then Cameroon must start picking his bags.
We don't want to say anything about Group E.
No.
I also don't know how many matches, because Nigerians have been fixated on South Africa playing all the matches at home. Nigerians must go and count how many matches Morocco played at home.
Yeah.
21 points. But
Morocco-
this record, 7 out of 7.
Yeah, they are the home and dry. You know.
Yeah.
Home and dry.
But guys, okay,
Scored
what has
21
happened?
goals.
What has happened to Zambia, guys? What has happened to Zambia?
Yeah, I'm tempted to say maybe there's something wrong with their domestic league.
And the
Because,
football itself.
Yeah, and the football itself, because Zambia is not a country that exports a lot of players. Where you can say you are like in Nigeria, your core of your team is playing outside. So if you're a Zambia and your domestic league is not strong, you're always going to struggle. I think some serious interventions need to be made there. Zambia used to be top. And you could see that
now
by
you can-
the number of Zambian players playing in South Africa.
Yes.
Top quality players.
Yes.
We don't see that much these days.
Exactly.
Something is wrong there.
There's something wrong there. You look at the player, as you say, the players, but also the under 17 AFCON Zambia is there, under 20 AFCON Zambia is there, but they don't qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, as you say, in terms of their local league, before you used to have Zesco, Zanaco. They are very strong in terms of, the
And
players.
that's so because they don't even make a lot of noise in the Champions League.
And even the Chan tournament, you can see.
They're not there anymore
Yeah.
in the Champions League or in
Yeah.
the even in the Chinese, you say.
In the Chan too. So, I think, for you can see Morocco. Moroccan league is very strong.
Yes.
Champions League, they're doing very well. Confederations Cup, they're doing very well. Internationally, their players are doing very well, playing the big leagues in the world. And you can see in the national team is showing there, So at the end of the day, I think Zambian football need to revive themselves. They need to come back because we need them, because they've done well. You can't talk about, you're talking about former champion of AFCON.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they did very well, and people are, tipping them to be one of those teams that will always be at the World Cup. But at the end of the day, they need to wake up,
Maybe we must bring up a player here. Coach Kennedy, please come. We need to find out what's happening in Zambia.
No.
We
We need to, because remember there was a big political storm at FAZ as well. There's new leadership as well. So hopefully these things, because this Zambian team, I was watching this under 20, and it has given us the pets and dakas. Computer Mwepu, this boy were a heart situation. Fashion Sakala. So they've always had good players coming through the system, but I think there's a problem there. But we move to Group F. What do you do?
This group is a very tough group, man.
Wow.
But this is where you see the big boys.
Chineke.
Yeah.
Côte d'Ivoire, the Elephants.
Yeah.
Gabon.
No, they have done their business.
Just a point separating these two, going to the last games, and I think here it goes back to what you were saying, that with both teams now, it is all going to be about what do you do away, because no team can afford to slip up here.
Yeah. You can't slip up.
How do you see this one ending, gents?
For me, I give Ivory Coast the advantage. Why? For them to score 15 goals and not concede.
Come on, they're going to Seychelles.
They'll trouble them.
Yeah, but you see, the good thing is they have 20 points, score 15 goals, not conceding.
Yes.
In the whole group stage. Kudos must be given to them, because they have done so well.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Gabon that conceded 6 goals and scored 16 goals.
And Gabon are going to Gambia.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you don't concede, you have the opportunity to win games. And Ivory Coast have been doing that. In 8 games, they haven't conceded and scored a lot of goals. I think I'm giving it to them.
Côte d'Ivoire, ne?
Yeah.
So Côte d'Ivoire, so in their last game, Côte d'Ivoire they are hosting Coach Benny McCarthy.
Yeah, Benny, you always like to prove a point, but I think, for the record they have to that point now, I think,
Yes.
For me, and also I think for Coach Benny now is really preparing for AFCON.
Yeah.
I think
for sure.
It will be important for them to go there and make a
statement.
Make a statement. Because AFCON is coming. That's where I think the Kenyans will really judge Coach Benny. But not on the performance.
So we say Côte d'Ivoire
straight up.
From
the elephants, the big boys. The big boys. The big boys.
Another team with a 4-point lead, and I think we are seeing the dominance.
Yeah.
We're seeing the dominance of North African teams. Because in North Africa, they only have 5 teams in North Africa.
Yeah.
Even in the Union there. Yeah. Only Libya is not qualifying or has qualified.
Yeah.
Algeria, they are 4 points clear. Home and dry, We don't even discuss that one.
No.
Okay, sorry, Uganda.
We can just sort of mention Uganda for a good fight.
and Mozambique.
But it's always going to be a bridge too far against a team of this quality against Algeria.
Yes. And then, Tunisia is also qualified already.
Home and dry. North Africa, you can see
North Africa,
Yeah,
the dominance,
dominance you can see. And their league. This goes with their league.
Yeah.
Champions League, Confederations Cup, even their league, they're serious in
production of talent.
Talent, and everyone wants to play there.
A country like Tunisia will probably be so blessed with talent that even some of the best players in their league are not even playing for the national team because they've got better players who are playing overseas. So that's just look at the points difference between Tunisia and Namibia.
Now,
even Tunisia too. They scored 13 goals, concede 0.
Yeah.
That shows you the team that are going to the World Cup. For me, your defense always give you opportunity to win games. So, and Ivory Coast have done that. Tunisia team have done that. And you're talking about the World Cup qualifiers. So, they deserve to get the World Cup.
Now, we're going to the Black Stars. The Black Stars here are playing against Central African Republic. Now, the Black Stars are 3 points clear. The goal difference is also favoring them.
Yeah.
But there's a banana skin. I remember this Central African Republic team, at some stage, they were playing Ghana. And Ghana struggled to beat them. Yeah. Ghana has not qualified for the AFCON now.
Yeah, no, Ghana.
But they've been impressive.
In the World Cup qualifiers.
In this World Cup qualifiers. They have Madagascar. And when I look here, Ghana is playing, and Madagascar is playing Comoros. And the difference between Comoros and Madagascar is just a point.
Yeah.
How do you see this one panning out?
Now, although, Ghana, we don't, Ghana.
And Madagascar going to Mali in their last game.
Sir, but in this group, you see Ghana qualifying. I see Ghana qualifying.
Yes.
The reason why, because they're not going to the AFCON. And this opportunity for the, for the crop of players that they have, to show that not going to the AFCON was a mistake. Going to the World Cup is a big statement, Yeah. So I think Ghana will.
And also, when you look at the money involved, 10 million USD for going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
10 million USD is double. That is just the money that you receive. To say you're going to the World Cup, you get 10 million USD. Yeah. That is double the amount. Almost double the amount that you get for being an African champion.
Yeah, so the motivation is there. In this group, obviously, I'll be sad for Madagascar. Like you mentioned earlier on that sometimes you want a romantic story.
Yes.
How beautiful will it be for that small island if they go to the World Cup?
Yeah, true.
Imagine the sort of the branding that the island will get. You will have the whole world going to holiday in Madagascar if this gets World Cup. It can mean so much for that for the place. But looking at the way the group is shaping up, the last 2 rounds of matches, you can't help but sort of ruefully admit that Ghana will probably be the ones that are going for it. But also, I'm casting my eye. What's happening with Mali?
Yeah.
Mali, nowhere in the picture.
Generally, Mali has got better players.
Yeah.
Playing all over the leagues in Europe, especially the
Yes.
France and all this kind of thing. Maybe we need to.
And they are
sort of
coached
zoom
by
in.
that coach who talks too much. He's coached you, Saint Fit.
Yeah. But
Because I know that Ghanaians are not happy. You know, and also this is where I'm, you know, especially for the coach, for the Ghana coach order. You know, I think for me, he's got this thing that because he took Ghana. Remember the reason you're not in 2022 and you're not going to make 2026 again.
No. Nigeria is going to 2026. I think, for me, I just feel like, you know, Madagascar is going to be, I mean, a story that, you know, we want them, you know, we hope, but in this group, I just
Yeah,
feel
it's
like,
tough.
It's tough for them.
Yeah.
Tough, yeah.
But quickly now, let's deal with the second place ranking.
That's
And I think we've been discussing. Hey, wait, no, man. Let's be serious, please.
No, that's where South Africa comes in.
This is not Comedy Central.
No. That's where South Africa should be fighting in this group.
Now, Oga. There's Gabon on 19 points. There's Madagascar, DRC on 16 points. Burkina Faso, Cameroon on 15 points. Namibia, Uganda on 15 points. Don't mind that team.
No, there's one team down. Call that team.
Don't mind that team. I said to you, by Friday, the situation is changing. But I also don't want to read too much, especially to the teams that are on 15 points. Because I feel that,
They will never
especially
make it.
after the first matches on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, a lot is going to change after this.
Yeah, those are the.
But I think for me, Gabon is in.
Gabon.
Yeah, definitely Gabon. Yeah. I feel that if Madagascar goes to Comoros and beat them,
Yes.
they'll have a chance. Yeah. The last match. I just feel for Madagascar, man. You know.
Madagascar, yes.
You know.
I know.
They've punched above their weight, man.
Yes.
They deserve something.
They deserve
If
something.
they can
for
get
sure.
automatic qualification,
Yeah.
let them go and fight.
Yes.
In the playoff, they'll probably be drawn against a tougher team,
Yeah.
but they'll have to go and fight. You know.
Because not everyone wants to go through that playoff because it's a long.
It's tough,
It's a long route. You have to. Everyone to be the first, but I just feel like if it's your chance for you to go through that way, you have to fight.
It's going to
it.
be another. So that mini tournament is when? Is in November,
Yeah. So you
I
have,
heard
to,
that
be,
some-
you have to be number one in Africa
Yeah.
and go to play in it's a long journey. You have to play Europe.
So Africa will have its own playoffs.
Yeah. First, finals, you represent. Now you're in Africa. You have to go. Now you have to go
In the same international window. So the teams that have qualified for that will not play friendlies in November.
No.
Sure.
So you have to go and play that tournament.
Because the draw,
Yeah.
see you in the US in the draw, See you in the US, You won't be there,
No. Yeah.
So we move. So we're done with the World Cup qualifiers. We're back here next week. Okay.
Yeah. No, for me, I think, you know, for a very long time, these World Cup qualifiers have really shown us.
They've been very interesting.
Very interesting, you know, qualification in terms of the teams that, you know, deserve to be there. You know, we're talking about the North African teams. You know, I mean, you can see their league is very strong. You can see the dominance in terms of how Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, they are top of their group. They don't take this thing for granted, you know. And you know the complication for you to travel to play games, you know, when you go to DRC or when you go to Nigeria or when you go to, you know, travel in Africa, it's always difficult. But for them to come through and be leading, you know, with big margin, you know, I just feel like, you know, it's only Ivory Coast in West Africa that stand a chance, like, automatically. We're talking about the southern region. South Africa are there to, I mean, they are the one to give away because, I mean, they have everything in their hand. Win with goals, you know, and they qualify to the World Cup. Mistakes have been done, but now you have to rectify it on the pitch. You know, I just feel like, yeah, this is one of the best World Cup qualification we have ever seen.
Coach, at the end of the day, the cream will go to the top.
Okay, I didn't know that. So yeah, we're grateful to have made that, and I'm grateful to be part of this group of talented people. So yeah, for that to happen for us, yeah, it's a good thing. I feel blessed. It's not like an opportunity, especially for South Africa. It's not like when you like playing, you'll be. I want to win the World Cup because we get less chances to play in the World Cup. You see, so for us being here, we open doors for the next generations to come here and also be part of this wonderful tournament. round of 16 is now anyone's game. So for us, we just have to go into the game with the same mentality to win the game, and it's gonna be more tough. If it goes extra time, penalties, it's just mental. So for us, it's just to keep our heads high in every situation. Like we did today, we went 1-0 down and then we came back. So yeah, we are capable of doing it, so we can do it again.
I think we have to stick to our principles, stick to our principles, still listen to the coaches, still do what we do best. In the tournament, it's important to score goals. So I think we're going to work on that, score goals and defend well, and I'll just take it one game at a time, because we can't just, maybe now, we won, and we mustn't underestimate the next opponent, because I think round of 16 is one of the best teams now in the tournament, so we have to step up a bit. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna do our homework very well, and just keep on pushing. South Africa is quality, so yeah, I think now everyone in the world knows that South Africa has quality players, and to mention one out of the top performances, he's amazing, and you can see that he's from Sundowns. So, he's from Sundowns. Zola Maku, 2007, and the way he plays, it's so exceptional. And Sibia came in today, first game, and then he was superb. And we have to give credit to Fletcher. Our goalkeeper is, he saved us from a lot. So we have a good quality, and even on the bench you can see when we come in we make a difference. So we mustn't just sit there and just relax, you see, because we are important too, you see. So I think so.
Now we move. It's so encouraging to see African teams going to the World Cup and making a statement. And I said this to Zizo and Kelvin here the other day, that Morocco is going to turn heads. But I think for me, the beautiful story that in the next round, we've got 3 teams, and the South African team becoming the first South African team to win 2 matches at a World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. As I said earlier on, the South African team, youngsters, some of them are playing their teams. And what they have done so far, I think, is impressive, and, Coach Raymond, I think, he has a crop of players that, he knows his core. We're always talking about the core of the team. You can see the way they play. Tactically, they are disciplined, they know what to do. And in set piece, you can see they do concede, against the last game they concede against US, set piece, but at the same time, they rectify that too, and you can see there's goals around the team, everyone can chip in with the goals. And I think that these boys, it's a crop of players. I just feel like, South Africa can keep, even after the World Cup, keep this crop of players, because they are the one to feed to the senior national team.
Correct. I just sort of say to myself, what if they had better preparation? Because they didn't prepare. They just packed the bags and then left to do this thing. Look at what they're doing there. They are better than some of the teams that are 100
They could have
times
started better
than them in terms of preparation.
So they could have started better and even won the group. Because that French team,
that French team, the other team that give them, with the French team, you always know that there's quality, because those French players on the 20.
But they didn't have a good preparation, even them.
But you see, most of their players, in terms of the club side, they're playing with, among the biggest club side, in France, in England. You can have a 20 player, which is already, breaking through to the first team of their club. We're talking about Auxerre, we're talking about PSG, we're talking about Lens, so I just feel that first game for South Africa was an eye-opener. After that game, you can see they wake up and they really did well for the last 2 games. And I just hope, playing against Colombia in the round of 16, I think, I just feel like, because it's a knockout game, now that's where you have to be very clever. And, your tactical discipline in terms of how you play and in terms of how you prepare is going to be important.
And the coach has done that very well. And I like that, especially as a coach, because sometimes our fans are not really clued up on the game. They expect a team to be offensive all the time.
No.
And the boys you could see that they were prepared to suffer in that game, but they took their moments very well.
Yeah, that's very important. In every tournament you go, there's moments, maybe in 15 minutes or 10 minutes, you have to defend. It's in every team. You cannot just attack for the whole 90 minutes because the other team need to, the other team will attack too. It's how you contain them.
Well, the other team is tactically well advanced.
Because you can see everywhere in the whole world now, everyone have analysts, in terms of, reading your game, analyzing your game. Every team in the whole world, South Africa does that a lot, and they, as you say, they didn't prepare earlier in terms of going to this tournament, but you can see elements of, give credit to the coach, give credit to the technical team, the analyst guys, how they analyze and, make sure. The US game was one game that, you can see there's something that came out in the dressing room. Coming out from the second half and scoring that goal and keeping that goal, because sometimes you can go to a tournament and score, but keeping the goal, keeping the results is very important, and you can see they did that very well.
The other thing I liked from Coach Hugo Bruce yesterday when he was doing the Bafana press conference,
yes,
was to manage expectations from these kids, to say they are not going to be considered for AFCON. They must just focus on that thing there, and then that's it. Because sometimes if the coaches are talking, we're looking at them, they maybe go to AFCON, then the big becomes bigger.
They get carried away.
They get carried away and then they lose focus. They must just know that for now, what they must focus on is their clubs and that tournament. And that's it.
Yeah, true.
It's a very important statement that Zizo is making here, because, and I noticed this even with just normal call-ups of Bafana Bafana. As someone who's been a national team player, and also you're a goalkeeper coach, you're a technical team, I'm sure you'll agree with me that selection to the national team squad is not just about form.
No, it's not about form. It's about core of the players. Because if a new coach comes, and let me just go back with Hugo Bruce. When he came, he has a core of players that he invited. And those players, not everyone expect those players to be in that team, but he groomed them, he tried to give them the confidence, and everyone was expecting they're not going to do well because a lot of teams have their favorites to be in the national team. But he says that, no, I believe in this team, the crop of players I invited. And since then, this Bafana team, for a very long time, apart from the 96 squad, this is one Bafana team that, they have stood head and shoulder in terms of how they stood their ground, playing against the likes of Nigeria. Going to the World Cup qualifier, those days when Nigeria is in the same group with South Africa, we always say, you're talking about 6-point gap or, 9-point gap. But it's not like that again. Even Nigeria is struggling now to come out from this group. So you can see Hugo Bruce have done very well, believing in these players, that this is the core of players you have. And it's very important as a coach, you believe in your squad.
I want to come to the Flying Eagles, because I was looking at your game and against Colombia, even against Norway. I think from the team that I saw at the AFCON, there's something that has changed a bit, because this team is slightly better from what I saw. And Colombia, you could have even beaten Colombia. I think you hit the post 3 times. But Argentina,
okay. They could have won against Colombia. But they were lucky they got that penalty, and VAR is just one advantage. If it goes right for you, you're always happy.
And here you must request the VAR.
Aliou Ziberu, the
budget FIFA.
Aliou Ziberu, the head coach, I think he has done so well. Talking about the AFCON and going to this World Cup, you can see a big difference. As you say, the way they play, tactical discipline. Because you always know the West African, when they go to a tournament, they always want to show, the strengths. They want to, get contact. They don't have that, flexibility, individual brilliance like the way South African can do, the Moroccans can do. Because you always, hope one player can come with aggressiveness, something else, and just make. But with South African team, you can see there's goals in every corner. There's a tactical discipline. But this Nigerian team, there's something changed about them. And the way they play against Colombia, you can give them credit. Playing 1-1, you expect them to win that game because hitting the crossbar 3 times, they're unlucky. But playing against Argentina, I saw that Argentina team. I think, Argentina team is very strong. If Nigeria can pass through Argentina, I think I see them going far. But this Argentina team is very strong. So the Flying Eagles need to bring their A game, and A game.
So based on what you've seen, you against Colombia, Amajita are going to the quarterfinal?
Yeah. For me, first of all, Morocco.
Yes.
All hope is on Morocco too,
Yes.
because I mean they stood
I know they've been
they've
tops.
been doing very well. I see South African team going through. Nigerian team, for me, I really, for me, what I know before with Nigerian team in terms of the like of Mikel, going to the tournament like this, they're not really convinced, for them to beat Argentina is going to be a miracle.
Because Argentina is one of the top teams.
Top team in the tournament, So for me, I'm looking at Morocco and South Africa to go through.
Okay.
We have allocated $13 million to 127, 28 football clubs in Africa that participates in the CAF Confederations Cup and in the CAF Champions League. Every one of those clubs are going to get 100,000. It has never happened before, but I must say I have been, we can clap hands for that because it's been a big achievement, and I want to thank the chairman of ACA as well as the deputy chairman and the whole leadership of ACA. We have to invest in African club football. And the 100,000, it's not enough, but it helps with transport. It helps with various other issues and that's partly why we increased the prize money. And the 100,000 is for those who get excluded in the beginning. Those that stay will stand to make much, much more, a few 100,000s more and a few millions more. We've invested $45 million in football development over the last year. The quality of our referees, VAR operators, and match commissioners, huge investments is taking place because that's very important. We had the FIFA Club World Cup. Gianni, thank you for the FIFA Club World Cup. And those 4 football clubs that represented us did very well, and we're confident the next one they'll do even better. And thanks for the huge sacrifices on your part. I'm proud of the FIFA Club World Cup, the beach soccer that we hosted. Where is Elvis, the president of... can you stand up? Let's clap hands for Elvis. He did wonderful work. He hosted the world and made us very, very proud. And we also had our own beach competition. Where's the president of Madagascar? Because Madagascar was in the semi-finals, was in the finals of the CHAN. Can we clap hands for the president of Madagascar? We've had many new sponsors, and we've increased the price, the money that goes to our member associations, and I see part of our sponsors at this stage is 400,000. I did report to you in Addis Ababa that we are in discussions on this very important $1 billion partnership over the next 8 years, and we are looking at COMESA because COMESA has got a legal obligation that may not enter into a partnership for more than 4 years, and we're engaging on those issues, and I'm very excited. Huge progress is being made. I'll come back to you. We've had some of the top companies in the world bidding to partner with us on this $1 billion. And partly why there's so much more confidence is what we've always known. African football is world class, but it has to become more commercially viable. We have to make sure that every member association is financially self-supporting. And through football, the income we get from football is sustainable, and always, the owners of football clubs, many of the families have to put money out of their own pockets. We want those owners of football clubs to run football clubs that are self-sustaining. And so we'll report back to you on this $1 billion partnership that we are finalizing.
So we move. We saw it was the CAF Congress in the DRC. 9.48 million USD profit, declaring profit, almost 10 million USD profit for the year 2023-2024. And when you look at the bulk of that, the revenue that they've made, sponsorship, but biggest part of that is the media TV rights. And I think this is a serious turnaround. If you remember in 2021, when he assumed this position, the CAF president, when he came in, and you look at what is managed to do now, turning around. There was a time where we were talking here on this podcast. CAF was signing a sponsor, a new sponsor. As we talk about the World Cup qualifiers now and even the AFCON qualifiers, every game is on TV. Yeah. People are not scrambling to watch on YouTube.
Yeah, I think CAF is transformed. Dr. Motsepe has transformed the place. It's good to see what is happening. I don't know in the history of CAF they've ever made profit. Because through back in the day with Issa Hayatou,
yeah, they used to make it during Issa Hayatou, but
smaller stuff, and also that money was not filtering down to football; it was doing all sorts of.
And remember, they had to pay in his first term. During his first term, they had to pay a debt of 50 million USD through the mess that Ahmad made with the Lakatia deal.
You know, that was there. So it was very nice to see just the change. In terms of approach, the change in terms of professionalism, the change in terms of how things are done, corporate governance. We're football, in the business of football, club licensing. Things have been done properly. But the key thing is how they are selling the TV rights. He just had a press conference not so long ago in the Chen final to say there are two companies that are running to sign this big contract. The livelihood of sports really is the money comes from sponsor from TV rights. Yeah. So I'm not surprised because I know how the man operates. I know that the man wants things to be done right. And African football could not have wished for a better leader than Mr. Motsepe, and I'm hoping, and I hope that he stays longer there. As I've said it before, my fear is the day he leaves. Yeah. Those people are going to move in there and steal that money. I hope there's a proper succession plan, good men and women who can take African football forward. But for now, I'm very happy. Look at the clubs that are, Conference Cup clubs are making money. Champions League clubs are making money. Even everybody's making money. Women football is making money. Obviously, it's not where it's supposed to be, but it's a very, very good start. And African football is in a good state. We just need to also fix this thing of countries playing matches away from home. I think there, Mr. President must get tough. Yeah. Give countries a deadline to say after this deadline, if you don't have a suitable stadium, you are out of continental football. Yeah. That's it. That's where political leaders in the respective countries will at least invest in one stadium where the national team will play. But for now, I'm happy. We're moving in the right direction.
Oga, how do you look at this one? I think we've spoken about this as African football players, football legends, coaches, everyone. The turnaround at CAF, you see it from a distance. We are journalists. We also see even how they operate. But I think the transformation of African football under Dr. Petrus Motsepe is visible.
For me, first of all, credit must be given to Dr. Patrick Motsepe for a lot of things, First of all, and the other thing again, he did very right. He brought the players, the ex-players, the likes of, Adebayo, the likes of Alajeju, of Kanu.
Yes.
So he involved everyone. He's open, he's transparent.
You saw them even in this Congress.
Yeah,
they were there.
In DRC, the 47th Congress they did. I mean, for them to declare profits. We haven't heard that for a very long time.
The place was a mess.
For a very long time.
Especially Ahmad. Yeah, that guy should not have been there.
You can see a lot of things have been put in place. A lot of sponsor, I should say. TV Right is the biggest one. You don't struggle to watch games again. You can watch all the whole qualifiers. In terms of how you screen or you watching it in the TVs in any platform. So now there's no time again. You say you want to rob people. You can see what's happening there. You cannot come back and give excuse and say that no, those people didn't, the ref robbed or something like that. There can be one or two decisions that goes against you, but you can see it, and you can really comment on it. So these are the things that he has brought, to African football. You can see African football is growing You know, and you can see a lot of things that have improved in terms of CAF. No longer saying about CAF, you know, there's money missing, there's this missing, everything is top. You know, I just credit must be given to him.
On that note, Oga, I think, you can tell now that we are preparing for the AFCON. We are preparing to go to the AFCON, but
You are there, of course.
No, we did. We have to take AFCON before
but
going to the World Cup.
okay. But you're not going to the World Cup.
No!
No.
For the first time in a very long time, South Africa, they have lost the opportunity to go to the World Cup. I don't know how they get that 3 points. There are 3 points.
Okay, let's leave boardroom. The 3 points issue is in the boardroom.
Okay.
Now we're dealing with matters that are
Now
on the
you're
pitch.
out of the equation.
Okay.
Because
on that note, Oga. Now, if you're there at home, you've got plans of traveling to the AFCON. We saw when we were in Cote d'Ivoire, people were talking about where are the traveling packages. On African Football Connect, we've got everything for you. But for now, we say,
Jambo
Jambo Africa.